I Channel 1 News I am asking to the people.
This is BVI Channel 1 Absent, where we address questions.
Abandon our brother Nnamdi Kanu.
I'm a Biafran by indication.
Biafra, so we can never deny our ancestors.
This is BVI Channel 1.
Ndị wetara ọjị wetara ibe ọma ewetara ndụ ọlụ ma anyị atụ ebe anyị atụtụ aga n'iru dị mma o Chineke ya ewere ihe ọnọdụ dịka o si wee kwesị ekwesị nna abụ n'eluigwe anyị na-enye gị ekene a sị gị gọzie ọjị nwa gọzie mmụọ wetara eweta gọzie mmụọ ya tata gọzie ụmụ Biafra ka anyị tata ndụ na-arụ isi ike mere ebe anyị bụ uche na bụrụ njọ n'ibi Jizọs Kraịst bụ onye nwe anyị
onye malụ nke nwanne ya emelie ya were edebegodu onwe nke m mee gị idebegodi ya onwe nke Nnamdi Kanu mee gị idebegodi ya onwe nke Ụwazurike mee gị idebie Ben Ọnwụka nwee nke o mee idebe anyị wee mee gị na nwatagodu unu a sị na achụsịa anụ egbe ọrịa achụsịa egbe a na-atazi anụ ụlọ atawa ọkụkọ ụta kedu ibe iji kpoluzie ụmụ gị wee pụta n'ezi egbe wee fụ gị wee bulu mana ị yazigodo egbe cha ọrịa egbe efepụnụ iwee gwazi ọkụ kedu ibe ojidebe n'ezi egbe wee bulu nwa gị so na ibe m na-ekwu bụ ma ị nọ na customary government ma ị nọ na BZM ma ị nọ na Masop ma ị nọ na under Nnamdi, we are all indigenous people of Biafra. There are a few places I want to respond to. One is the comment that was said to have emanated from Fr Mbaka. I have very little to say to that. What I have to say to that is that freedom fighting is not done by the bourgeoisie. Freedom fighting is not just the money bags, the big people that will pursue it. Freedom belongs to people on the street, to you and I. Whoever is waiting for all these big men to come before we follow them to get freedom, the person should wait. We are not inviting such person. Let him stay. The universal sovereigns or suffrage that determines the right of individual says that from 18 years of age, you are a man, a woman enough to decide what you want. And that is what is called self-determination. That you as a human being, in your own very self, has determined to get this. And that is what we are asking for. Self-determination of all adult Biafrans, not just big men. That is a message for those that think that way. Still on that, when I was telling you, because I also want to use it to answer the other question that came from the other group, I call it propaganda and blackmailing to say that any group that are pursuing Biafra have jettisoned the Biafran struggle and decided to join Nigerian politicians. That person is saying truth by half. He's being economical. He's not telling the truth, in short. That person is just running mouth to blackmail some people. What we said, if that statement is being referred to our decision to take over the political terrain, the political environment, the political atmosphere of Biafra land, if that is what that statement is being addressed, what we said is that Biafrans that are still Nigerian citizens, that are struggling to be free from Nigeria, have the right to decide who governs them in Biafra land. You cannot stay here and expect a governor to support what you are saying when you have not been able to put a Biafra-minded governor henceforth occupy the political positions in Biafra. somebody who is a Biafran in the mind to be in the government house so that he will not allow Biafrans to be shot in his state anyhow. Whoever is the governor in Biafra land must be able to say, no, you cannot shoot my people like this because they are not cows. When Yerima started Sharia government in Zamfara state, and the northern people were jubilating, who shot them? Right now, so recently we saw where a meeting was taking place somewhere in the north with a coat of arms that has camel as on it. Nigerian coat of arms, does it have camel? That is the coat of arms of northern Nigerian government that is different from Nigerian government. You have people there. Who has ever arrested them? Who has arrested those operating Sharia the way they are operating it today? What we need is that we need the customary government, the customary law, to be upgraded to a state status in Biafra land so that it will be run by state government. And that is what those who will take over. The new leadership in Biafra land that we are breeding, you and I, will ensure that in the turning of events, Biafrans will occupy elected positions in Biafra land. So let nobody blackmail us because we know what we are saying. You cannot accept a governor to support you when that governor is not supporting Biafra. We want to have people like this in the government house. Go to bed, pray, and ask God to help safeguard Barrister Emeka Emekesri for the great work he is doing for Biafrans in the international diplomatic circle. Today, Biafra has secured we have scored a lot of feet. Today, Biafra is, just as I told you, somebody was in the floor of United Nations a few days ago presenting issues concerning Biafra. It had never been like that before. Those who say we are not doing anything have not even been able to do it. Let nobody deceive you. God has ordained that Biafra will be, and nobody, no matter the amount of sardine, armored car, aircraft, fighter and bomber, cannot stop an idea, an ideology that its time has come. They can never destroy Biafra. They can never destroy Biafra. Biafra is there. Take home the light of Biafra. Shine out in your homes. Start from your family, from your environment, from your shop, your office, your business, wherever you are. Live Biafra. Act Biafra. Talk Biafra. Make sure that every day people see Biafra in you. And that's the only way to separate yourself from those who think that we are joking. I want the next election that will be held in Enugu State as for governorship to be won by a Biafran. Because we are going down to Anambra to make sure that it happens. We make sure that from Nsukka down to Boni, from Bini down to Obubura, across this area, Biafrans must take over. We must take over politically, economically, socially, religiously, culturally. Otherwise, because it is our right. So this is my little response to your address. Wherever our media can, as much as we can, send this message across to them. Thank you very much.
The challenge you have right now is building confidence. Right now there is confidence crisis, what you call confidence crisis. People do not trust what you are doing. And outside confidence crisis, you also have fear. So many people are afraid. Once you mention IPOB, you know, people become afraid. I hope DSS will not come and arrest us. It takes courageous and honest men, like very few of us here, like Ichia here, it takes quite responsible people to come down to their village and say, I am a Biafran. If anybody here is from my town, Enugu, Igbo of my town knows me as a Biafran. In my village, December, I presented this letter. And I'm also planning, after this meeting, to go down to my village, book a date that customary government will be invited, so that all of us will go and address them. Then, in my estate where I live in Oka, I have also invited administrators to come and address them. Inside that estate, you have professors there. You have the deputy governor of Anambra State there. Ngozeka House Estate, Oka. Some of you here that know. So the point I'm trying to make here is very simple. It takes very few courageous people who understand their fundamental human rights. If you do not have that knowledge, because one thing I've noticed is that there's what you call knowledge gap. Knowledge gap. There are people who believe that once you say IPOB, it means in Nnamdi Kanu. Once you are not under Nnamdi Kanu, you are a criminal, you're a saboteur. Because our people have not understood this thing. We have taken the message to our Igwes, but they are still afraid. They are said, let's continue the message that until we clear people the difference between IPOB under the others and IPOB under Nnamdi Kanu, that nobody will support us. I don't know if I'm communicating. But I'm talking from media angle because I have seen a lot. So many of the boys, some of them might be here. I'm going to be Civil Center in Enugu. Some of you might be here. They have threatened to kill me. They have brought my family's picture on the internet. Say they will kill me and my children before Biafra comes. I'm telling you, there is no kind of attack that I have not personally faced. Just because I told them that I personally was with Nnamdi Kanu in 2012. I was giving out money to Radio Biafra. Personally, I was donating money. But the sin I committed is that I said, stop insulting people. Talk, just be polite and be professional. And Ebo here was vibrating like a Biafra. But has he insulted anybody? He was talking. There's a way you pass on your message to the people. Because most of these guys, I talk with them, they are not in Nigeria. They are living outside Nigeria. But when they call me on phone, I say, do this. I say, I have identity in Anambra State. If I do anything funny, they will come to my house and kill me. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. But they will say, I'm a coward. I will kill you. I say, bring your children down to Nigeria and talk like that. This thing started 2012, 2013. That was the war I have fought for 5 years. And the war has not ended. So I want you to get message clear, like this community governance, that we have been fighting to clear the fear. Manner whereby you have cleared it that the message has not gotten to your village. Because in certain locations, people only know what is Biafra. Once you say Biafra, you say come. They don't know the difference. So if you have gotten the message, all what you do is to go down to your village, tell them that you are IPOB.
This is BVI Channel 1. I am Asu Chinedu Peters. I am reporting from Enugu State, where indigenous people of Biafra Customary Government is holding the monthly administrators meeting, the stakeholders meeting. And many Biafrans from different provinces within and around Biafran land are gathered here today to put heads together to forge ahead with the movement and agitation for self-determination of indigenous people of Biafra. Here we have the administrators, the provincial administrators, and other National Executive Council members right here in this meeting. And a lot of things have been discussed, ranging from the court case, ranging to, down to the decision to engage in diplomatic missions and also in the political process. I am Asu Chinedu Peters, and I'm reporting for BVI Channel 1. Hello, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you. Can we know you, please?
Thank you. My name is Obumneke Jimko Nyokafo, the director of MOBIN. MOBIN stands for Movement of Biafrans in Nigeria.
Okay. Today you are here as one of the principal officers of the Customary Government of Indigenous People of Biafra. What is the connection between the Customary Government of Indigenous People of Biafra and MOBIN?
The connection between the Customary Government of Biafra and MOBIN is that MOBIN is the political arm of the Customary Government of Biafra. So we want to use MOBIN to bring our people into politics so that they will go in and take over positions, so that they will be in government offices and move for the actualization of Biafra instead of doing that on the street. This is the initiative behind MOBI, and it was reasoned out by the customary government of Biafra. So we are working together.
Okay, so so many people are still skeptical about joining politics in Nigeria. Many Biafrans consider it totally absurd for Biafrans to engage in politics in Nigeria. What is the prospect for Biafrans entering politics or taking over their political landscape within the Biafran land? What are you expecting to benefit or gain from that?
Before I tell you the prospects, I will first of all like to clarify some things. Any person who is urging Biafrans to stay away from politics is not doing us good. He is not being honest to us. He is doing us an unfair justice. Why? Everything we are asking for will be gotten through political process. So what we are going to gain from this political movement is that we will use it to align with any political party that believes in the right for self-actualization. That is what Biafrans want, and it is a political process. It must be accepted by the National Assembly. We are going to elect people into the Federal House of Representatives, into the Senate, so that they can go there and move motion for referendum for Biafra. This will not be gotten on the streets. So we are moving people out of the streets. We don't want our youth to be killed again by the armed forces.
All right, thank you so much. And in a sentence, what is your message to the Biafran people out there watching?
My message to you today is to go into politics. If you are a Biafran, don't stay behind. Don't see politics as a dangerous thing. No, it is only through politics that we are going to achieve our freedom. If we don't do it, those people that are enslaving us indirectly will keep on using the businessmen in Igbo land to rule us, and we will never get freedom. But by the time we engage in politics, we elect our leaders who will speak for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to see you. Hello, wonderful Biafran woman and lady, the Iron Lady of Biafra. It's a pleasure to meet you here in Enugu. But for the benefit of our viewers and teaming fans out there, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Yes, I remain Rita Iberechukwu Anugbogu. Like I used to say, I am a Biafran. I come from Suka. Suka is in Enugu. And of course, you know that Enugu is in Biafra land.
Okay, today you are here at the venue of the meeting put together by the customary government of indigenous people of Biafra. In a nutshell, what is happening right here?
At least you covered the event, and it will be showcased. What I've seen here is a people who have determined, shall you understand, a people who have determined that they are fed up with Nigeria. A people who have determined that they want to run their affairs themselves. And we want to recognize the customary government, because that is just what has given us a stand, a playing ground in Nigeria. Of course, you know that one cannot run away from one's root. This is our root. And this is where we have to stand to take that which rightly belongs to us, customary government.
Okay, the grassroots mobilization of the customary government of indigenous people of Biafra, how far has it enrooted here in Enugu State?
From what we are seeing, or from what we saw here this afternoon, of course that you know that it has reached into all the nooks and crannies of Enugu State. There is no town in Enugu State that you enter now and you will not hear about the customary government of the indigenous people of Biafra. The evangelism is still on, and we are still reaching out. To the grassroots, there is nowhere. I bet you there is nowhere. There is no town in Enugu that you will enter and you will not hear about the customary government of the indigenous people of Biafra.
Okay, what's your last word to our people out there? What's your parting message with them today?
Like our people would say, it is not over until it is over. we are still asking for Biafra. And what I want to assure my people out there is that Biafra restoration is sure. We are very, very close to that restoration. Let us be firm. Let us be focused. No violence, because we are getting there. With the way things are going now, I can assure anybody that Biafra is very, very close to us. So let us just be calm. Follow the customary government of the indigenous people of Biafra. Whatever they say we should do, let us do it, because they know where they're taking us to. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you.